Okay, cool. Hey guys, happy Friday. Hope you guys are looking forward to the weekend. I am looking forward to the weekend myself. So, all right, so this is your chance to ask me your questions. Hey Barbara. Hey Barbie. Hey, hello. Hey guys. All right, so I'm gonna basically, of course, I'm gonna go over, my spiel. You can ask me whatever you want to ask me about. So if you're asking me about your life, please be specific. What do you want to know about specifically? So that way I know what exactly you're wanting to know. If you want to connect with the loved one in spirit, who do you want to connect with? And that way I can intend to connect to that person, hopefully bring through any messages or any signs that you might get from them. If you want to be on camera, get over to Instagram because that's where I do all of the camera video connects. If you are on Instagram, you can go ahead and request to be a guest. And there's a little button right here. It's a little camera. That's how you request it. So click that. If you are on any platform, if you're ever approached by anyone who either tries to use a picture of me or has a similar username than which right now my Instagram username is that. No line, no additional marks. It's just Ferny ESP. That's it. If you ever get approached by anyone with this name, but then there's something added to it, it's not me. It's a scammer. So be prepared because there's a lot of scammers going around pretending to be me, and then they message people, they offer them a reading, and then they ask them to pay them. And of course, some people fall for it and they pay money, and then the scammer's gone and they're nowhere to be found. So just so y'all know, so that way y'all aren't caught off guard. If you want to know more about me, what do I do? What do I offer? My availability. If you want to have an appointment with me, or just if you want to check out all the free stuff I have, check out my website, fernandomorone.com. That's where you will find no sound. Let's see. Can y'all get a lot of? Let's see. Someone says they don't have any sound. So can y'all make sure? Can y'all let me know if y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me on Instagram and on the other place? I want to make sure y'all can hear me before. Make sure. So just give me a thumbs up. That's their sound. Okay, cool. So it might just be, got it. Cool. It might just be the person's speaker. Okay, got it. So back to what I was saying. So hold on. Let me put in my website so people would know where to go as well. www.fernandomorone.com. Okay, post. There goes. Okay, and then let me pen that. Okay, cool. So yeah, so anything to do with me, just check out my website. Everything is run through my website. So my podcasts, my articles, my free psychic development class, everything's on there. So check it out. And it's pretty cool. What else? Today's Friday. So today's giveaway. This is like practice compassion today, or practice being charitable today. So every Friday I try to get people to donate money to a charitable cause. The cause has to be based on something pretty essential. So whether it be health, it can be mental health, whatever kind of health, but health, human health, homelessness, food, children or people who are underprivileged or who do not always get the support or always get the equality that they deserve. So that's pretty much what I say. So for you, if you know of a charitable cause that you would like to donate to, today's the day to do it. I give you permission and I'm challenging you to go and donate 10, 20, 15, 25 bucks. It's whatever, 25 bucks is like the cost of like a meal at a restaurant or a couple of burgers. So, that you'll be fine if you go without one meal because somebody else may not have the chance to have a meal at all. So go out, lose a little bit of calories with that and then donate to somebody who may need it. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. As usual, my statements are personal opinions, not guaranteed future events. Whatever decisions or actions you decide to take in your life, you are of course 100% responsible and liable for those. You can change your future. It's never set in stone. And I am not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. You can still ask me those kinds of questions, but for legal medical advice or treatment, you should always consult with a licensed professional. All right. So let's get started. I'm just going to be bouncing around. I'm not going in any particular order. I do try to pick new people every single time I do this. Joanne, hi, will my daughter be attending school in state? I want to say yes, so I'm going to say yeah. I do think that your daughter will attend school in the state. there's actually going to be two options within the state. So I want to say that there's two options or two separate options within the same state. So yeah. By the way, guys, just letting me know that you want a reading is not a question. I need y'all to be specific and ask a specific question. If you just ask for a reading, or if you ask me, what do I see? That's too general. Any vague or general questions, or no questions at all, if they're not even complete sentences, I'm just going to skip it because I don't have time for that. So I need y'all to just spit out the question so I can focus in and then give you the answer and then move on to the next question. Okay. Again, people, don't be vague. So if you ask, like, is so-and-so going to be okay? I don't know what you mean by that. What are you referring to? What are you asking about? Don't assume that I can read your mind. I can't read your mind. Well, I can read your mind, but I'm not going to, that's too much energy. I don't have the energy for that right now. Okay. Show JV some love. What's up, Ferny? Any messages from my stepfather? Yeah, so a couple of things. One is, okay, I'm not sure how to describe this. So I'm seeing, what is that? So let me just describe what I'm seeing, because maybe you'll understand where he's going with this. So the first thing I was seeing was, I was thinking of a lasso. You know, when you have a lasso, that's like a rope. But then after I saw the rope thing, then I saw a barbed wire. And I was thinking to myself, okay, what am I seeing? Am I seeing like a rope, or am I seeing a barbed wire? And then I was reminded of, I have a friend who has a barbed wire tattoo where it goes around their arm. So I was seeing that, and then so I'm seeing that, but then I'm seeing like it almost feels like it's rusted or it's metal. So I don't know if you have like a barbed wire that's like rusted metal decor thing that is connected to your stepfather, or there's some reference to a tattoo with the barbed wire or with the thorn thing, but there's something to it. So that's how I would describe it. He is acknowledging the number 20th, so the 20th of a month may be significant, because I'm seeing the 20th as being connected. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you, I'm seeing Ben and Jerry's ice cream. So I'm either going to assume that he's referring to the names Ben or Jerry as being connected somehow or significant. So he's making reference to that as well. He also keeps acknowledging there's a baby with them. So there might be a baby on the way, or there's a baby for you that may be coming in. So just be aware of that, or be prepared for that, because I'm almost seeing either that, or there's a baby that's recently been born and he wants to acknowledge the child. But that's how I would go with that, okay? Because he was holding a baby, but I feel like I'm thinking he's talking about a baby coming, okay? Dreamer Morgie. Well, I finished university this year. I'm not seeing you done until next summer. So I'm going to say next summer. Even if you get most of it done with by the end of this year, I'm still thinking there's like one or two things left that you have to take care of, or that you have to do before next summer. So I'm going to say next summer, I think you'll be done with university, okay, by next summer. Gabriela Marta. Hello, Ferny. Can you connect me to my mom? The first thing she's acknowledging, she's showing me a picture. Yeah, I'm seeing a picture, and it almost reminds me of a picture whenever someone puts them in like a glow, or there's like wings. So she's acknowledging a picture that has to do with wings, or has to do with like a light, or bathing like light wings, light wings. So there's like a wing picture or a light wing picture that she's making reference to. Feathers are going to be a sign from her, so keep an eye out for feathers, especially white ones, so then will be a connection to her as well. She's also making the symbol for a cross, so I don't know if she was Catholic, but usually when I see that, it's like bendiciones, or like blessing, so she's a reference to that. She's showing me a candle, so there may be a candle that you light, or a candle that you have that is connected to her. She also keeps acknowledging a dog, so there might be a dog that's alive, or a small dog that's alive, that she either has been messing with or has been trying to get your attention with. So there might be a small, because she showed me a small dog or smaller dog, so there might be a dog that acts up, or that acts kind of crazy, that is almost like looking at something. So just FYI, because she's acknowledging this dog acting in ways that might get your attention. With her, she also keeps it, thank you, she's drawn on my skin. So there might be a tattoo for mom, or someone is going to be getting a tattoo for her, okay? K to the Lopez. Hey Ferny, where do you see my career heading? I am currently getting my master's, but due to my move, it has been difficult to get a job, thus making me feel that I should stop my master's program. I still think you'll finish your master's program. You might delay it or just push it back by 1 year, but I still think you're going to get your master's degree. I feel like you're going to get another job though, so I think you're going to get like a job before you get a job within your career. So I still think there's 2 upcoming job moves or changes for you. One is within the industry, and then the other one is aligned with your master's degree. I do feel that the next job you get or the next move you make with that, it's so interesting because I keep thinking of the government and the military, but I'm not sure it is military related. It just might have something to do with a government organization, or it's got ties to the military, but not in a way you would think. So whenever you think of military, people think of bases and like military officers, etc. No, this is more to do with like it might be either healthcare related or companies that deal with components or with supplies that have to do with the healthcare industry. But there's something there that is connected to the next job that you get, and then after that you get another job that has to do with your specific master's degree. Okay. Jolie Burns. Hey Ferny, I'm concerned about my, and by the way, I didn't tell you the time frame. That next job change or that next thing that I was seeing, I would assume that's before the end of next year, in case I didn't clarify that. Jolie Burns. Hey Ferny, I'm concerned about my oldest son. When will he get a new, better job? Oh, by the way, guys, can you do me a favor? Can you share this video out, just because it'll help me to achieve some of my goals with teaching and spirituality? So if you can share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, back to your question, Jolie Burns. I'm like bouncing around here. Hey Ferny, I'm concerned about my oldest son. When will he get a new, better paying job? I think that he'll get another, well, there's 2 job. I kind of think he's going to end up working 2 jobs at the same time, actually, because I'm almost seeing him doing 2 things simultaneously. I do think that there is another job opportunity that comes up for him. I want to say this is probably not until early December, so he might have to wait a while, because the next job opportunity may not come around until maybe early December of this year. Okay, but I'm seeing him doing 2 jobs at the same time. So either he's going to end up having this job and then another job at the same time, or because I see that more next year. So next year I'm seeing 2 simultaneously. So I feel like he's gonna be doing 2 things at the same time. I wouldn't say that it's a better paying job. I think it either has more perks, so it may come with more perks, but I still think he's gonna make more money, because I think I'm seeing those 2 simultaneous things. So I'm assuming he's making more money, but the one job that he gets that I saw might have more perks, or it might just be a better fit. That's how I would describe it. Ange Nicoli. Hi Ferny, I'm talking to a boy from my past, and I just want to know if I should continue with that. I would also love to connect with my father who passed away, named Nick. As far as a relationship with the guy from your past, I can't tell you what to do, so whether you should or you shouldn't is entirely your decision. I got enough decisions to make in my own life to be telling people what to do with theirs. With that being said, to answer your question in a different way, will this lead to anything? I just feel like it's an opportunity for closure. That's how I would see it. So I'm thinking it's just an opportunity for closure. When it comes to like Nick and your dad, he is, he's showing me, I don't know if he's the only Nick, because I have a cousin named Nick, but there's like 4 Nicholases in my family, and it's like the first, the second, the third, it's like a lot of them. But your dad is repeating his name, so I'm assuming he's acknowledging there's another Nick or Nicholas that he's wanting to make reference to, so he's acknowledging that. He's also showing me a tattoo. The tattoo might have a connection. It either is a tattoo that has like green or a leaf, like a green, I'm thinking of leaves, and I don't know why I'm thinking of leaves. So either there's a leaves connected to this tattoo, or there's something about like green leaves, or like this funny because it reminds me of a marijuana plant, but I don't think that's what it is. But I'm seeing green leaf, so I'm trying to figure out where he's going with this. But there's a reference there, so there might be a tattoo connected to your dad. He also keeps acknowledging the month of October, so October may be significant. He also keeps 2 in 1 date, so there's 2 dates at the same time, or 2 dates around the same period. So there might be 2 dates of significance around that time frame. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Pushing the car. So he's showing me something, and I don't know how to make of it, what to make of it, but I'm seeing this scene where someone's pushing a car, or someone's behind a car and they're pushing it. So it's almost like whenever a car is like just there and then someone's behind it and they're pushing it. I don't know if you just recently had this experience and he's acknowledging seeing y'all go through this, or there's actually a picture or a memory of your dad pushing a vehicle. But I'm seeing that. So there's a reference to that as well. He also showed me like a little stuffed animal, like a bear or something that reminds me of like a teddy bear or like a stuffed animal. So there's a reference to that as well. Okay. Hey, Josie Jasso, Jose, Jose. That's what it is. I'm like totally hey, Ferny. Hope all is well. Me and my girlfriend recently broke up, and just trying to find out if we're gonna get back together or if I should just move on. I'm thinking we'll get back together, just because I'm still thinking it's not over yet. So you might just have to be patient and wait. I'm thinking it's not over yet though. I would give it less than 2 months to kind of work things out. It might actually be less than 2 weeks actually, but I'm gonna say it's less than 2 months for sure. That's all about. I should have turned on my notifications. I got notifications popping up over here. Rasadu, be a little more specific. I'm not understanding the question. Hey, Ferny, can you tell me what you see concerning my spiritual journey, path, and the upcoming ones? Thanks. That would be like a full reading, so I need you to like specify it and be a little more specific, because I'm not sure. We don't have time for an entire reading, so I need you to like specify it to what exactly are you wanting to know about your spiritual journey. M Duff. Hi, Ferny. Are there any messages from my grandmother? Thank you. Yeah, there's 3 women in spirit for you. So I want to say that there's 3 females on that level. Because I feel like you've got a grandmother. There might even be another grandmother or like a step grandmother, because I'm almost seeing 2 females on that level, and then I'm also seeing another female that's above you as well. But that one seems a little bit more lateral. Like it would be like an older. That would be like like an aunt or a cousin, but it's like above you. So that's how I would describe it. As far as grandma's concerned, she's showing me red roses and red flowers. So either there is something significant for her that has a lot of red roses or red flowers on it, or there's something about red roses with her and her face, because I'm wanting to take her face and put red roses next to it. So there may be something to do with red flowers and her face, which would be like a picture or a photograph. Either that, or there's a picture of her with a red rose in it, but there's a reference to that. She's doing this, so there might be a couple of necklaces connected to her, because she's doing this, she's tugging, and she's showing me 2. So there's either 2 necklaces, or there's something about yeah, I would say there's 2. So I would say there's 2 necklaces connected to her as well, because she's making reference to that. She also keeps acknowledging, she's trying to give me a name. By the way, y'all, whenever I get a name, it's either the name of the person, the name of someone they're with, or the name of someone who's alive that they want to acknowledge. And if it's not the exact name, it's going to be as close to it as possible. So sometimes they'll spell it out if they need to get me as close to it as possible. So they'll give me a version of a name, or they'll try to spell it or sound it out for me. But the name that she's giving me, it sounds like Jordan, but I don't know if it's Jaden, Jordan, or Jordy, Jaden, Jordan. There's like a name like that she's making reference to. So again, that's either connected to her, or it's someone there, or it's someone she wants to say hello to that's connected to you. She also keeps acknowledging thank you. She's also referring to a split. So there might either be a period where there's a split in the family, or there's been a disconnect that she's wanting to acknowledge for you as well. Okay? Being aware. Let's go to here. Stephanie, let's heal. Hi, Ferny. Any messages from my best friend's son, Jordan? So it's funny that I was just talking about Jordan with this one, and then now I'm going to come over here. And then I saw the first name I saw was Jordan. I was like, okay, there we go. So it doesn't matter. It could be, it applies to both. So I'm going to both apply them to both. Stephanie, okay, the first thing I want to acknowledge, I feel like I can't breathe, or I can't take a full breath. So either Jordan's respiratory system was affected, they could not catch their breath, or there was some effect on them that might also be connected to like the loss of oxygen. They also keep acknowledging the timing of their passing, which means either the passing happened on a date of significance, or within a very short period of time that was close to like a holiday or a date of significance, because it's like right there. It's how he's making me feel. He also keeps acknowledging the number 23, so the 23rd of a month may be connected, or February 3rd may be connected. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you, I'm seeing a star, so there is either a significance to a star and the sun, either there's a picture of stars with the sun, or there's something about the stars and constellations and decoration. But there's something to that, because he's making reference to that as well. Okay. Jody Rachel or Rico, sorry if I mispronounced it. Hi, Ferny. I'm from Australia. Would there be any messages from Spirit for me, please? Thanks heaps. Yeah, I normally just ask people to ask me about a specific person, just because it helps me to focus. But and I was actually I wasn't gonna read yours, but then I felt pulled in. So let me tell you who's coming through. Well, I wouldn't call her older, but there's a female. I will call her above you in age range, but I don't think that she's like an older female, like as old as like a grandmother. This female, though, feels like she may have passed not that long ago. I also am not even sure if she's family, but it feels like someone who may have passed too young is how I feel with this female. I do feel that there might be some sort of issue with her that either is connected to a type of cancer or leukemia. She also keeps acknowledging that there may have been more than one bout of this, and she may not have even revealed or shared as much of this with people. She also is acknowledging, I'm hearing music, so either music is a very important connection for her, or she may have known how to play a musical instrument like a piano or something, because she's making reference to this as well. Again, I'm not sure if this is family. I kind of feel like this might be someone else. I could be wrong with that, but I kind of feel like this is someone that would have been someone you would have known, or would have been associated with at some point in your life. But again, I feel like this female just passed away not too long ago, and she's just acknowledging this her passing. The letter D might also be significant, so D might be connected to either her first name or the way she's connected to you. Okay. Novella. Do you by chance see anything with my ex and I getting back together or not? I actually think y'all might give it another shot, but it may not happen right away. I would say this is probably within a year, but it doesn't feel like a solid attempt. It just feels like just messiness. So I would say that I don't think this could yield anything long-term or significant. But I feel like there may be an attempt to get back together, or you get that chance within a year's time. Again, I wouldn't put a lot of pressure or expect a whole lot, because it doesn't feel like it's going to go very far, in my opinion. And it's not right now. I'm not thinking this is anytime soon or in the near future. Fazil. Any messages for me from my spirit guides? I'm trying to figure out whether to stay in my current job or change things up. So as far as your spirit guide is concerned, thank you. You should be your own boss. Okay. You want to tell me how? Got it. What your guide is telling me is just more of like you being your own boss. You're better when you're in charge of your own stuff. But there is an opportunity that's going to come up for you that's a little bit, it may be different from what you do, but it has to do with like project coordinator or project management or event coordinator or event management. There's something like that feels very much like this, like that kind of feeling that may come up for you as an opportunity. I don't know if it's the job that you're doing right now, but I would say when I ask myself, do you have any job changes coming up in the near future? I do feel there is going to be a job change in about 3 months. So I would say I do think there is going to be a job change. Should you or shouldn't you? That's your decision. You have to decide that for yourself. But I feel like in about 3 months there is a change, and also there's just like either project coordinator or manager or event coordinator or manager thing that comes up that may be an opportunity for you. It may not be the thing that comes up in 3 months. That may not actually happen in for about 2 years. So be prepared for that. Your guide didn't tell me all that. They just spit out 2 words. So I'm like, okay, can you tell me more details? I never ask guides about the future because they're not very helpful. Just so y'all know, everybody, spirit guides, they don't give away a lot. So usually they're wanting us to figure it out. And so whenever I ask spirit guides questions, they are not very good at giving me a whole lot of information. I have to take my attention to the future and figure out what I'm looking at through the details that I sense, and then I make my assessment. Linda Perez, what can you tell me about my job? Do you see me? I hate it when people, sorry, nothing to you, Linda, personally, but whenever people ask me, what can you tell me? When they start something like that, I want to like, what do you mean, what can you tell me? Just ask me, like, what do you want to know? But you asked me the question because you finished it off. So thank you for that, Linda. But it says, what can you tell me about? And then you said, my job, do you see me there long? So that's the question. Linda, I do see you there for 2 more years. So I think you're going to be there for another couple of years. After 2 years, then I think you're going to make another change again. But it's almost like someone that you know through the job is going to go and do something else, or they're going to leave the organization, and then you're going to follow them because it's an opportunity for you. What I'm reminded of, and the reason why I describe it that way, is because when my partner's sister, she used to work for a hospital system, and then when one of the doctors left the hospital system and went and started their own practice, she went with them, and now she works for him full time. We'll see something like that. That's why I was thinking of it in that way. Julissa, hey Fernando, can you tell me if my brother is with me? Yes, he is with you. Interesting. He is showing me a picture, and the picture might be of both of you, and it's either both of you and you're trying on hats, wearing funny hats, or there's something about a funny hat, and that's how I would call it, a funny hat. So when you think of hats, there's like a regular hat or a ball cap or whatever, but this was like a funny hat. So he's showing me a picture, an image of you two, and there might be a funny hat, or y'all are having funny hats in the picture, so there's a reference there. He is showing me the month of March. Well, is it March or is it a name? Because I was starting to see March, and I was going to assume he's referring to the 3rd of a month or the month of March. But then he took the MAR, and then he was trying to twist it into a name. So there may also be a name association with that. So there may be an MAR person, either with him, either that's his name, person that's with him, or a person that he wants to acknowledge that this is alive. But just remember that it said that. He also keeps acknowledging he's doing this as well. So I don't know, you have a picture, if you have a shirt of his, or if there are shirts that are special for him that were made, or that were that were made. So he's like doing this. So there's a reference to that. Okay. Yeah, Anita. Hi, Ferny. Where do you see me headed with my career choice? So I feel like with your career, I think you're going to kind of go in that direction and put in the effort for about a year. At the end of next year, towards the end of next year, then I think that there's another shift or another change. However, Here's how I would describe it, because I kind of want to like break it down into the way I'm seeing it in my head. Let's say, for example, think of like a realtor. And realtor, sometimes when they do their careers or when they get into their job, their career path, they go and they are part of a firm, or what is it called? They're part of a broker. And so then they're part of the broker, and then they get their experience. Most realtors don't stay with the same broker that they started off with. Usually after a while they'll leave or they'll go somewhere else. I feel like what you're going to be doing is that you're going to be following this path for about a year, and then after that year, I think either you have enough experience or there's enough connections or you've networked enough that there's a second stage or another stage to your career at that time where there's I want to say it's a lateral movement, which means you're moving sideways, so away from one organization or company, and then switching over to another one that is essentially the same thing, but then also having an opportunity to grow or expand in that. I also think that even though you might desire to work for yourself or to have your own business, which is not a bad idea, some people are just not cut out for it, or some people do better when they have stability. I feel like stability and consistency is going to rule the day for you than just having your own business. And having your own business can be really complicated. People think, oh, I decide today I'm going to have my own business. Is it going to be successful? And I'm like, you ain't done squat for this business. Like you just announced it two seconds ago. Ain't nobody know who you are. You ain't spent time, prepping for this. Ain't gonna go nowhere. So its likelihood of you being successful is not high. So some people just don't have the personality for it. Some people just don't realize how much work it takes to have your own business. It took me a year to just establish myself, and then it's taken me years to just get to this point. But as far as you are concerned, even though you could do your own thing or have your own business, I feel like consistency and stability is going to lead the day for you. Now, here's something else, even though this is separate from what I just told you. I want you to look into anything that has to do with either acting or singing, because I keep seeing this visual in my head in the future. I want to say this is like maybe 5 years down the road, but I'm seeing you participating in stuff that has got you on camera or has you on a stage. It may not be like a main source of income or like a main job. It just may be something that's a passion or becomes a passion, but it feels like something you would really enjoy more than you actually think you would. So just keep your eyes open for any opportunity to get involved in any media work or any in front of the camera or just getting on stage and singing. Whatever it is, just do it, okay? Because I think you would enjoy it. And it's for Yanida, just so y'all know, for Yanida. Here, let me bring somebody on because I'm getting behind here on the time. Didn't realize it was already like 45 minutes in. Let's go here. Five, four, three. Oh, hello. Hello, Angelica.
Yeah.
Hi.
Wait, you're talking to me. Oh my
Hi,
God.
How you doing?
I just I was gonna let the dogs in, and then that's how it goes around here.
You're fine. How you doing, sweetheart?
Hi. I thought you had read my thing and giggled, but just so many changes, and I've got this job offer that I'm working with Dubai, and it seems like it's working to something incredible, and I think it kind of met the man of my dreams at 52. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of wanted to see what you're seeing, with that.
Yeah. So as far as the job, the company or the job, it's going to split into two separate operations or two separate entities. So there's almost like a split, but it's still going to be interwoven. So it's not like it's one and the other. It's like it's two separate things happening simultaneously. Part of this has to do with either the ability to operate within different regions or within different
Is it because the guy that's in Dubai is really trying. We're going to be new to United States.
Well,
Um,
this is how I describe it, because the way I was seeing it is like this organization is going to have two versions of it, but it's the same organization. But one is designed to operate within a territory, which would make sense to me. The other one operates internationally or more with other organizations or countries. So that's why I would say it's going to have like a split to it, but it's both prosperous and they both seem to do really well. You're going to have to make some decisions because you're going to be pulled more so with one side of it versus the other, just because of how this progresses. You're going to get very busy. So it does feel good. Also, if they sound, or if the feedback you get early next year is a little bit like mixed signals, like they're saying that this is going to look like it's going to be good, but at the same time they're kind of not making a determination or decision about something, I think it's just timing and delays with what they're dealing with. So I wouldn't take it to be something bad for you.
okay. Oh no, that helps so much.
Yeah, the
But
relationship. Be patient, because I feel like this individual has potential. They just may not be as ready as you think they are. So what they're putting forward may be a version of them that they think will be more palatable, but then once you start to get more comfortable, they may start to slow down or start to show other aspects of their personality, and it may just take some time to work through some of that. But it's not bad, it's just timing and having patience and letting them catch up to themselves, because I feel like they're ahead of themselves. So I feel like they just need to catch up to themselves. So you just got to give them some time.
oh wow, okay. Yeah, because I've just made so many big changes, and my life is so different.
Yeah.
And I'm going for it.
Well, good.
I'm just
Good.
going for it
Yeah.
and just going. So
Yeah. No, go for it.
Do I have a minute to ask how Harrison's doing? Is he okay? Or
You said Harris?
Harrison, my
Oh,
son?
got it. As far as living or deceased?
Oh no, he's deceased. Okay. I feel him around me a lot. I've been doing more advocacy for gun awareness and stuff.
Is there a custom piece of jewelry for this organization or for this representing something? The way I would describe it is this: I know someone who she makes custom jewelry bracelets for violence or violence prevention. Do you know if there's plans to make a type of tag or a type of like thing that reminds you of a tag that represents the organization or the movement?
Not that I know of right now.
Okay.
Not that I know.
Here's what I'm going to say. He's doing something like this. So, because he keeps like pointing to a necklace. So I want to say that's either going to be a necklace or a bracelet that might represent some sort of like point. It's like making a point. It's almost like if someone's got mental health crisis, like check in with your friends, or it's almost like something like this that I want to describe like this. But it's either something that is worn like a piece of jewelry, whether it be a necklace or a bracelet, but I want to say it's more like a tag or it's like a flat piece of metal, because that's how I'm seeing it. So he's making reference to that. He's also showing me the number 12. You know, the 12th of a month or December is connected?
Not that I can think of right now.
He's also talking about moves. Is there something going on with the move in December or the 12th of a month?
I don't know anything about moving. Maybe we're trying to find a home for my dad. He has Alzheimer's, and so
No, that's not it. I don't think that's it. He showed me the 12th. So either the 12th of a month is significant for either you or he, or the month of December is connected and there's a date of significance in the month of December. But he also mentioned a move or a change of the home space. So I'm not sure he's acknowledging. Do you know what he's talking about?
No, that's what scares me.
That's okay. No worries. And actually, it's interesting that he's saying that, because I was going to tell you that the only thing that may come up that you're not expecting is the potential or possibility of a move or relocation. So be aware of that, and that's for you. So here's what I'm going to say. It's very possible he's also cluing in on that, or making reference to a move or relocation coming up at the end of this year, or you having to make some choices about this. So just be aware of that. Another thing he's making reference to is he's also showing me the number 3. Do you know if the 3rd of a month or March is also connected?
With the 3rd or March, not that I can think of right now.
Let me make sure I have him on the line, because this might be coming from someone else.
Okay. Okay, because
I'm really female. Let me clue into this female, because there is a female as well. That's in spirit. Do you know of a female who passed from cancer?
Oh, Allie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know if she's got a connection to the third or to the month of March?
Yeah, I want to say that's when we knew she decided to let go
Got it.
and
Okay. Do
yeah.
you also know if, thank you. Someone smoked. Was she a smoker? Or do you know if she was a smoker in her life? Or is that Harrison?
Um, that was Harrison. Harrison,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's happening? I think she's wanting to pop in and say hi and just let you know that she's around. You might have had a dream of her, so just to be aware of that because she might have just been wanting to say hello. So I just want to make sure I acknowledge her. Now I can let me get back to him. So I'm smelling smoke, so he's acknowledging the smoking. It's funny because it's like you would think it's like, you know, people never change, and he's almost like just sitting back and smoking. He's just like, who needs to change? And he's like, so he's still the same Harrison. He also he also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. Do you have his shirts or a shirt that belonged to him?
Oh yeah, I have his
Got it.
shirts.
Do you know there's one that has like a musical band or music tied to it?
Yeah, from he liked really weird, crazy music that I didn't know.
Okay.
You know.
Because he's showing me music, and it's almost harder. Like it's harder type of music. So it's almost like it would be something that would be a little more hardcore, because he's acknowledging this. He also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. Do you know if he liked Halloween or like horror movies?
Um, we watched horror movies, but he actually was shot in a road rage incident on Halloween 2019.
That's showing this to me. Okay, because I'm like, what is he talking about? So he was showing me Halloween, and so I'm assuming then that's the significance of it. The reason why I saw Halloween, I was seeing the Halloween movies, and I was like, okay, where's he going with this? So, which makes sense because there was murder on Halloween in the movies, which is the point of the movie. So this is where he was going with this. So he's just acknowledging the connection with him and that date. He also is acknowledging, thank you. He's going back to this 12. Do you know if there's, again, let me go back to this. Is the 12th of a month or the 21st of a month connected?
The 21st. If he's saying that number, he would have been 21 this November.
Okay. So
if he's pushing the 21.
got it. Okay. So maybe this is where he's going with this. What I would say is I think he wants you to, I'm like, what do you want her to do? He's like, enjoy her life. So he's like being very specific. Enjoy your life. So he's saying to have a little more fun and enjoy your life. Do you have a picture of him in a roller coaster or in Disney?
I have a lot of pictures, but I don't know if it's. Oh, when he was little, yeah, taking him and his sister to Disney World.
He's acknowledging the picture of the Disney picture, and then also he's letting you know that heaven's like Disney.
Oh.
So
but can I ask real quick, because you got me scared? I mean, because I am just getting back to work. You know, I'm real behind in bills, but I'm just trying to stay positive. Yeah. And I'm a little behind in my home loans. Are you seeing that I'm going to lose my house?
No, you wouldn't be losing your house. You would be converting it. Either you'd be converting it into a rental property, or you might actually have to move out to do some renovations in like the end of the year. Because I kept seeing you kind of moving out, and then, but I didn't see you not having the property. I just saw you not being there. So it's possible that either you're going to have a live-in situation that takes place, or you might turn your property into a rental unit.
Oh no, yeah. That means mom's gonna be living
with
me.
Lord.
Okay. Oh, I love my mommy, but she's a Latin mom.
Yeah. And... Oh yeah, she's gonna drive you crazy. Okay. All right, sweetheart. Well, you take care of yourself, Mama.
All right, thank you so much. Love you from Texas. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, nothing there. So let me keep it moving. So let's go into the next person. Question, before I pick somebody, y'all, I want to acknowledge someone. I don't like to do random, like, spirit that I don't like to fit people with the spirit. In other words, like, hey, I got this person. Anybody raise their hand? Like, I don't like doing that, but I'm kind of feeling this way, so I need to go with it. There's a male coming forward who I need to give my attention to. So there's a male coming forward. I want to say that he either was older, but not really old. It's just like older. So I want to say he was more of a mature age range. He's pointing to his stomach, and he's also gutting out my stomach or hollowing it out. So either he had a condition where they had to basically hollow out his stomach, or something happened where his stomach was taken out, or there was something that affected his condition in that way. Because he's almost like taking my stomach and he's hollowing it out. And I'm like, where are you going with this? So there is also a reference, thank you. There might be a connection to the letter J with him, like Jack, or I mean John, but it's like a short J name, like a 3 or 4 letter like J. He also makes me feel like he couldn't eat, because I mean obviously you're missing your stomach. He may have even had one of those bags as well where they had to, like, everything went through that bag also. Do y'all know, is anybody it might even be like stomach cancer, but I feel like it definitely has to do with the stomach, because he's making my stomach feel hollow, like it's missing. So that's why he's making me feel this way. But I feel like he still lived after this happened, but then it wasn't a pleasant experience, and it was really, really tough for him as well. He almost makes me feel like this is not the kind of person he was in life. He was a doer. He wasn't just someone that would just hang around or just be sitting around. So he's making me feel this way. Do y'all know, and can anybody claim this guy? There may also be a connection to the 11th connected as well. So November or the 11th may also be connected. Okay. Venus, do you know if the 11th is connected? Here, Cassidy. Cassidy. Cassidy, get on here. There you are. I was like, we're gonna get on here. Okay. You're fine. You're fine. Okay. So this male. So is there a male? He's a bit older, not old, but older. May have had like he's hollowing out my stomach. So I want to say that this either affected his digestive system, or there was like a removal of something. He may have even been attached to a bag. There may be a connection to this J name. Do you know who this is?
My dad is, he went by Jesse, but his name is Joe or Joseph.
Okay.
He had pancreatic cancer, but it was a mass in his abdominal area that made him really sick.
Is there a connection to the 11th, either the month of November or the 11th of a month? And there's 2 dates. Perfect.
My birthday is November.
Perfect. So your birthday, and then is there another date in November as well, or another 11 connection?
I want to say that there is, because it sounds, but I don't do
Because it's talking about 2 dates at the same time. So it'd either be the week right before the week of November, or it's right around that same, because he's talking about 2 dates in one, but I feel like it's November. So I'm going to say both of November is acknowledging it. He also keeps, was he not the first person to have pancreatic cancer in the family? Because he's repeating it for me as if there was another pancreatic condition.
Yeah, his sister died of pancreatic cancer.
Perfect. Yep. Got it. So he's with his sister. He's acknowledging himself. He's acknowledging his sister. He also says that he's been trying to come around because he says he needs to apologize. Was he a stubborn pain in the ass because he's just like needing to apologize to you? He also says that there's a line of people there who need to thank you. And he says you may not receive the benefit of those things in life, but you will get them when it's your time. So he's wanting to let you know this as well. He's drawing on my skin. Did you make a custom tattoo or have some custom drawing made and then someone used it as a tattoo?
I've been thinking about it.
Okay, he's aware of this, so he's acknowledging this as well. Ladybugs are going to be a sign from him also, because he's showing me ladybugs. So you might have ladybugs popping up also. He says he came in a dream, but you may have seen a version of him that you didn't recognize or was a bit different than what he was the last time. Do you understand that? Okay. He also says that there's a dog, like a darker colored, either it's like a black or a grayish colored dog that's also significant. So do you know of a dog like that that's also passed?
I've had yeah, my dog that loved him more than anybody in the world, yeah.
Perfect. He's acknowledging that the dog is with him as well, so to let you know about the dog. He also says he needs to apologize to your mom. Were he and your mom not getting along, or were they not together?
She's on the other side with him, but no, they didn't get along.
Got it. He's acknowledging or letting you know that he's apologized to your mom, or he's worked it out with your mom. So he's making reference to this. Mom needs to say some things now then, because I'm going to let her in for a second. Was mom a bit of a pill, or she could be a bit intense?
It depended.
Okay, because it's almost like if I don't get my way, you're going to get it. And it's almost like she's just coming across a little more intense. She also says that you and her... Do you know if she had a porch swing or you have a porch swing?
She had a porch swing.
Okay. Do you remember the times where she would just sit in the porch swing, or y'all used to sit at the porch swing? Because she's bringing up the porch swing.
I've seen her since she's passed on her porch.
Perfect. She's acknowledging that's correct. She also is acknowledging candy. Do you know if your mom used to sneak candy or take candy when she was supposed to be eating candy?
She wasn't letting herself eat any sugar at the last year of her cancer. So yeah, I think she did.
Your mom snuck some candy in. So even though she said, this is what your mom is making me feel like some days she just needed it. So there's a reference to that. She also, thank you. Do you know of a picture of you and your mom, or you with a snow cone? It's either a snow cone or it's like that red, white, and blue type of like ice or shaved ice thing.
There's some kind of picture. It's popping in. It's familiar.
Okay, because she showed me that. So I don't know if it's like a snow cone or it's like that pop that's like red, white, and blue. But she showed me something like this. So there's a reference to this. There's 2 babies with her in spirit. So she's acknowledging 2 babies that are either miscarried, lost, or terminated, or in spirit. She's also acknowledging a baby born that has been... Has there been a baby born since her passing?
Yes.
She's aware of the baby born since her passing. She also keeps acknowledging your garden. Did your mom like to garden, or did you garden? Or do something in your garden for her?
I made a garden for her.
Perfect.
Yeah.
She knows about the garden you made for her. She also says that she's very proud of you. She also says that you can do this. She says, you can do this. You can do this. So she's wanting to give you kind of like a push. So she's acknowledging that. She also says, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? She's kind of like smacking you because she's like, kid, wake up, wake up. Snap out of it. So she's acknowledging that as well. She also says that the renovations are going to take longer than expected. So you need to be prepared for delays. Because she says it's going to take a while longer than what you would want. So she's just letting you know that. And she says to have some patience because not everybody can read your mind. So you're going to have to vocalize what you feel because they aren't always able to hear you. Okay? We're almost with you. They're with you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
You're welcome, baby. You're welcome, darling. All right, Mama.
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart.
I don't know how I can hang it up.
That's okay. I'll hang it up for you. All right, guys. I'm done, so I'm out. So, all right, guys. I love you all. I am actually going on vacation next week, so I won't be on here next week. I'm taking the week off. My family's coming up to visit me from Houston, so I'm excited about that. But I will be back the week after that, okay?